Hello everyone. We were discussing about how to use the classes and the function, and we were discussing about how a time object is created and how it can be. We have to add the time values using the purified functions. Now let us discuss how we can use them as the modifiers. How modifiers can be used here when you are defining the classes and the function. So now we can say sometimes it will be very useful when you want to modify the objects in a function that it gets as the parameters. So in that case the changes are visible to the caller. That means the caller will be knowing what changes you will be making in that particular what parameters you have changed there. So function that work this way are called as the modifier. Those functions are called as the modifiers. Okay, so here we have increment function which adds a given number of seconds to a time object that can be written naturally as the modifier. Okay, so how you can do that one? So look at this example. We have used the increment function, that is we have time and the seconds. Time dot seconds will be incremented by the seconds. Okay, usually if time dot second is greater than or equal to 0, then you will be decrementing the time by second value by 60, and then increment the minute value by 1 minute. Okay, so in the similar way, if minute is greater than 60, then what you have to do, you have to increment the hour value by the 1 minute and then decrement by 60 seconds. Okay, so that is what we can, how we can use the increment which adds the given number of seconds to the time when you want to add the given number of the seconds to the time object. Okay, so now, so what it was doing, that the first line it performs the basic amount operation. The remainder deals with the specific cases what we have discussed earlier. If this function correct, think how we can use this function. What happens if seconds is much greater than 60? Okay, there are cases where seconds can be greater than 60. So in that case what we can do, it is not enough to carry once, we have to keep doing it until the time dot second is less than 60. Okay, you have to keep repeating until time dot second is less than 60. So that means it should be the true. So look at this example. So until the condition gets false, we have to keep on doing it. Time dot second is should be less than 60. In that case you have to keep on doing this one. Okay, so one solution for this one is to replace the if statement with the while statements. Okay, you can use the while statements. That would make the much function very, but it may not be very efficient. So we can say anything that can be done with the modifiers can also be done with the pure functions. Okay, you can also do with the pure function what you are doing in the modifiers. In fact, some programming languages allow only pure functions, so it is effective and efficient to use the pure functions rather than the modifiers. Okay, we have some evidence that programs that use the pure functions are faster. That means when you're using the pure function, that executions will be faster to develop and it will be less error prone than when compared to modifiers. Okay, but modifiers are convenient at some times and functional programs tend to be less efficient. Okay, so write pure functions whenever it is reasonable and resort to modifier if there are a compelling advantage. So this kind of approach is called as the functional programming style. Okay, so what we have discussed in the functional programming style, two important things, that is pure functions and then the modifiers. Okay, so now the next topic is prototyping versus planning. Okay, in general the meaning of prototype is model. Okay, so it is a layout or the model of anything what we will be doing. Okay, so obviously when we have a great plan, then prototyping would be very easy. Okay, so what the development plan we are going to discuss here is the prototype and then patch. Okay, we will initially will be having a prototype and then rebuild that particular prototype, that can be called as the patch. Okay, so here what we'll be doing, for each function a prototype is written that perform the basic calculation and then tested. Okay, so you have first you will be writing the prototype and then perform the basic calculation and then it must be tested. So errors with patching errors along way, to find out the errors will be writing that particular prototype. So this approach, using this kind, it will be very effective, especially if you don't have deep understanding of the problem. Okay, but incremental corrections can generate the code that is unnecessarily complicated. Incrementally, if you're doing some correction, that obviously it will be complicated because it deals with many special cases, and unreliable since since it is very hard to know if you have found all the errors. Okay, it is very difficult to find out whether you have found out all the errors. So for this one we have an alternative that is called design development. What is this design development? It is an high level insight into the problem that can make the programming very much easier. That means planned development. When you have a planned development, we can say it as an high level insight which will make the programming very easier. Okay, in this case the insight is that when you consider the time example, time object is really a 3-digit number in the base 60. The second attribute is ones column, the minute attribute is the 60s column, and the hour attribute is 3600s column. If you define in the same way, then it will be easier for executing any particular program. That is called prototyping. Okay, so in a similar way, when we write the add time and then increment, we were effectively doing the addition in the base 60, which is why we had to create or carry from one column to the next. Okay, so in this observation we can suggest another approach to the whole problem, that is we can convert the time objects to integer and take advantage of the fact that the computer knows how to do the integer arithmetic. Okay, so we have suggestion. The whole problem, when you consider the whole problem, you can convert time objects to integers. Okay, that can be considered as the fact for the computer which is know how to calculate it. So here is a function how it converts the times to integers, how we can do convert the time to integers. And obviously when you are writing the time we define time to converting time to integer function. So minutes is equals to time dot hour into 60 plus time dot minute. Seconds is equals to minutes into 60 plus time dot return seconds. Seconds will be returned as the integer value. Okay, so now, and we have another function that converts an integer to a time. Okay, it will convert an integer to a time. Okay, how it can be done, that is when we are think about the division mode, divide the first argument by the second and return the quotient and the remainder as the tuples. In the similar way we can do this. So define, that is how we can do here, define into time, how we can convert to time. Okay, here we have defined time to int, but here integer to time. How we can do, time is equals to define the time function, minutes time dot second is equals to division mode of 60 comma 60. Okay, divide time dot hour, time dot minute is equals to division mode of minutes comma 60, and then return the time value. What does this do? It returns the quotient and reminders. Okay, that is the divide mode. What does it do? Divide mode operation, what it does doing, that gives the same value. Okay, so that is how we can do this. And the another way is we can think about and run some tests to convenience yourself these functions are correct. How do you verify these functions are correct? One way we can test them is to check the time to int and time to int to time x is same as x for many values of x. So in this example we have a consistency checker. Once you are convinced that they are correct, then you can use them to rewrite add time. That is define add time t1 comma t2, seconds is equals to time to int of t1 plus time to int of t2, return into time of the seconds. So this one we can say as a shorter version of the code than the original one, which is easier to verify. So what we'll be doing here is we are converting from base 60 to base 10, and back is harder than just dealing with the times. Okay, so base conversion is more abstract. Our institution for dealing with time is values is better. Okay, so this is about the prototyping and the versus planning. Okay, so thank you. So in this chapter we have discussed about what exactly how we are using the functions, what is classes and function, how we can use them in the Python, and how we are defining using the time object, and then what is pure function and what is modifier, and then we have discussed about what is exactly is prototyping and then planning. Okay, what is that prototype and the patching. Okay, thank you.